Hi, me again, Tom Garrity. So I thought it would be interesting to start with a short video about psychological safety, about what it is, where it comes from, how do we understand what it means, and what is the definition of it, or what's the most currently accepted, most widely accepted definition. Well, this is one. This is the definition that we use. This is Amy Edmondson's definition of psychological safety: a belief that one will not be punished or humiliated for speaking up with ideas, questions, concerns, or mistakes. Also, a shared belief held by members of a team that the team is safe for interpersonal risk-taking. You can also substitute the word group in place of team there, because a team is essentially a group with a goal. So it's the same kind of thing. Psychological safety is the belief that it is safe to take interpersonal risks with other people in that group. It's safe. It's the belief that you won't face negative consequences for speaking up with those ideas, suggesting ideas, for asking questions, for asking for help, for raising concerns, or admitting mistakes. And so the term psychological safety actually goes back to the 1950s, when it was mentioned in the world of psychiatry, and in terms of relationship of a psychiatrist to their therapist, by Carl Rogers, a famous psychiatrist. And then it was also mentioned in the 60s, and this was the first time it was mentioned in respect to organizational dynamics, organizational change, and that was by Edgar Schein and Warren Bennis, when they were talking about organizational change and group methods in a book that I've got just behind me, just here. But it wasn't then until the 1990s that psychological safety really came up in the academic literature, and it was when Amy Edmondson was studying high-performing and low-performing teams in a clinical context. And what she found, we can dive into this deeper in a different video, but what she found, or what she thought she'd found, was that high-performing teams were making more mistakes than low-performing teams. And of course, that doesn't make sense. It would make sense if high-performing teams were making fewer mistakes, right? But what the data actually showed was that high-performing teams were admitting their mistakes, and low-performing teams were hiding theirs. And of course, this all starts to make sense, right? Because when we talk about our mistakes, we're able to put in processes, practices, procedures, checklists, and things like that to make sure that maybe they don't happen again, or at least we get a bit of a heads up if they're likely to happen again. And we can mitigate the impact of them happening because we're better prepared for them happening. So this might involve changing the labels on medicines, or putting in a checklist, or getting someone else to check our work. And of course, it means that we're able to get in front of a mistake as soon as possible after it happens. So we're better able to respond and deal with the mistake and make sure it doesn't blow up into something worse. And of course, the low-performing team, the people in that team who hide their mistakes and don't talk about them, they keep making the same mistake over and over again. Multiple people in the same team make similar mistakes because we're not sharing our learning from them. The context in which those mistakes occur is still remains in place. So the factors that lead to that mistake are still there, and of course, the impact of that mistake is much greater because it's only hidden until the mistake is too big to hide. So that's really where Amy Edmondson, in this paper, Psychological Safety and Learning Behaviour in Work Teams in 1999, defined psychological safety as a belief held by members of a team that the team is safe for interpersonal risk-taking. Note, this doesn't, we should be really careful to note here, this doesn't mean taking actual risks. It doesn't mean taking reckless risks and gambling with business outcomes or patients' lives. We're talking about interpersonal risks here. This is crucial. In future videos, we're going to be diving more into the dynamics of psychological safety, but I think it's really useful and really powerful to all agree and make sure we define psychological safety to begin with, so we're all actually talking about the same thing. So thank you, folks. This has just been a quick video about the definition of psychological safety and what it is. Let me know if you want to talk about other things, if you want us to talk about other topics and dive into other concepts and things related to psychological safety, from the Anton cord to Chernobyl to neurodiversity or anything else. And as always, head over to psychsafety.com to download articles, resources, toolkits, get involved in the community, attend meetups or anything else, or just drop me a line at tom@psychsafety.com. Thank you.